Oh yes, what a bloody win. Botswana 1, Algeria 3, in the heat. No food, no water, no bloody problem. Huge 3 points, back to the top of the table. It's getting lonely at the top, guys. It's getting lonely at the top. Started off really slow, but quite an exciting end to the game. But the big news is, we got the 3 points, and I'm telling you, that was a gift from God. Especially when you look at the first goal, that Gouiri header, the way the Botswana goalkeeper mishandled it. But honestly, what a professional job. I have to take my hat off to them. Round of applause. Petkovic, tactical masterclass. What a coach we have. Algeria have now gone to Mozambique, Uganda and Botswana in this group. Won all those games. 3 difficult away games where they actually made us go to the stadium. None of that neutral venue nonsense, and we secured 3 points in all those games. So really, really good. You saw from the start how hot it was. It was boiling. When they were playing the national anthems, they were literally dripped in sweat. I'm thinking, oh my God, how are we going to do this? But you could tell the players were told to play at walking pace. The sun kind of set a little bit in the second half. It was more shady, but the first half, it was absolutely roasting. The supporters were holding umbrellas. You could tell the players were told, go to walking pace. They were walking around the pitch, and I don't blame them. They conserved the energy, and it worked, and we got a goal at a really crucial time. So, of course, that means now that Algeria level with Mozambique on 12 points. We're in top, though, on goal difference. Those 2 teams will play each other next week, and Guinea got to play Somalia. They will slap up Somalia, I'm pretty sure, but that would still only put Guinea on 9 points. So, I think now, yesterday we see Mozambique beat Uganda. I think Uganda are out the race for top, and you see Botswana lose to us. I think Botswana are out the race for top. So I think Algeria, Mozambique, Guinea now are the 3 teams fighting for the top position. Still not seeing a draw in this group, by the way, as it gets to the halfway stage. But we were all saying Petkovic is surely going to play the 5 at the back. He played a blinder. He didn't play the 5 back. He went to the 4 at the back, and you've got to say it worked. We see the lineup. We see Gendouzi in goal. We knew it'd be Gendouzi. The back 4, which is not a back 5, but the back 4 it was always going to be that back 4. We've seen that back 4 through the whole of the last AFCON. Ait-Nouri, Ben Sebaini, Mandy and Yusuf Atal. Now obviously Yusuf Atal had to come off early. He's obviously a very injury prone player, but that pitch was terrible. The grass was terrible. He stretched and he didn't even slide. So I really would put that injury down to that shocking pitch. It wasn't AstroTurf, it was real grass, but it was not a great condition. So in the first half, Tuba had to come on, and with Forresty also getting injured in training recently as well, another one, we ended up playing Tuba and Ben Sebaini at centre-back. I'm not sure that's happened very often, and Issa Mandy still somehow ending up in the right-back position. I knew the midfield was going to be limited options. He went for Badawi with Zorgan. I thought Badawi played very, very well, even as a shout for man of the match, although it's hard not to give it to Amoura. Badawi was brilliant. You see what he did, making the first goal for Amine Gouiri. Zorgan was okay. You know, I'm not his biggest fan. He got a very early yellow card as well, which made the afternoon more difficult for him. I still think it's a bit of a liability, and if you haven't got Bonassa and Zarouki and Aouar and all these guys injured, I don't think Zorgan gets in the team. But certainly Badawi was very good. And then kind of the big shock was that he started Benzia. And I don't think anyone saw Yassine Benzia starting. I think people were not even expecting Benzia to be in the squad. He got the start. He did all right. Listen, I'm not going to slate anyone. We got a really, really hard win in really controversial circumstances in terms of the heat. Players were fasting. He blessed them. Meskin Ben Sebaini rinsing his mouth, spitting it out, rinsing his mouth with water, spitting it out again. Really not easy. But, we won the game, so I'm not going to complain too much. I think maybe Benzia, maybe Zorgan are the ones for me that shouldn't really have the place, but we won, and it's really hard to play in those conditions. Of course, the front 3 I wanted, it was Gouiri, Amoura, Mahrez, which is the best front 3, and they've showed why they are the best front 3. So the game starts. Botswana getting in behind that number 11 a couple of times, the offside flag's going up, but it's getting to half-time. We're thinking this is an absolute slog. It's roasting hot. They can't take on any fluids. They haven't eaten clearly. Botswana are getting more and more supporters in the stadium, but you've got to say, the Botswana goalkeeper, it's a gift from God on the Friday, because Mahrez has played a lovely ball to Badawi. Badawi's crossed it. Gouiri's headed it straight at the keeper, and he's fumbled it, and he's let it in. So really, a complete gift, because Botswana looked very hard to break down at that point. We barely had a chance. The goalkeeper drops it. Once you get the goal, you're okay. I think once you get the breakthrough, you're okay. Botswana have to come out more. It's always good to score just before half-time. Gouiri getting the goal. And then second half, another Petkovic masterclass where he put Gouiri and Amoura in different positions. So Gouiri went to the left and he put Amoura up front. He played Amoura on the left in the first half. That wasn't working. I have said I like a lot having Gouiri on the left, and then the ball from Gouiri to Amoura, and the finish too from Amoura as well is exquisite. It's absolutely fantastic. 2-0. Very hard to see Botswana coming back at 2-0, but Amoura is clinical. That is a fantastic finish from Amoura. A great pass from Gouiri as well. Then you see the team sort of start to rotate as well, and you get the Ait-Nouri going into the midfield area again, and sort of Ben Sebaini covers that left back area. And of course we see Shaibi and Ben Rama and Belali, and even later on Kandusi came on. I mean, you had to take off Zergan because he was on that yellow card. Yeah, I mean, the changes were good. There were positive changes, attacking changes. He could have easily said, I'm putting on Moderni, I'm putting on Nair, and I'm sitting back and taking the 2-0. He didn't. He wanted to keep attacking. He wanted to get that goal difference up. But for me, this is where the game got kind of weird. So the officiating in the game was great. Now, Botswana make it 2-1. The flag goes up for offside. Now, it's not offside. He's clearly onside. So the flag goes up, disallow the goal. It's the wrong decision. The goal should stand. But the flag's gone up. That's it. The goal can't stand because it's given offside. It should be a free kick to us. Botswana go mental. The coach goes absolutely livid. He's raging on the touchline, right? Then the referee goes over to the assistant referee, has a word with him. There's no VAR. He changes his mind and gives the goal. I've never seen that. You cannot change your mind once a decision is made, whether it's right or wrong. It's absolutely baffling. And we could have easily thrown the game there from that point onwards. It was crucial to get that quick goal to make it 3-1 afterwards, because honestly, you can't give the goal after you disallow it. It's madness. And then we see straight pretty much from the kickoff, long ball over the top, but all the work is done by Amoura. He goes round the keeper, he doesn't go down, he's got that pace. 3-1, that's game done. That's the game done. And to be honest, Amoura should have had a hat-trick and Ben Rama should have had an assist. Ben Rama on the right didn't look too bad. He did okay there. He came on, he played a nice, lovely ball to Amoura. I really thought Amoura was going to get his hat-trick. Great save from the Botswana goalkeeper, and it was comfortable, and it's 3-1. I don't know how we've come out of that with a 3-1, especially after the first 40 minutes. I do think the shade coming in the second half really helped out the squad. It was good to get the fresh legs on. You've already got Tuba coming on. Obviously now you've got a bit of an issue with Artalan Forestry looking like to be injured, so it might end up being Mandy right back again. 100 games for Captain Mahrez. Of course, he was instrumental in that first goal that broke the deadlock. Yeah, I think lots to be positive about. Obviously, again, we don't get the clean sheet. We just concede these bookie goals to Botswana, to Uganda, to Niger, to Somalia. They just find a way. So no clean sheet for Gendus. I mean, he actually made a great save from the original first header. It's the rebound that goes in. He was never offside. I don't know what happened. Could have been very different if we didn't make it 3-1 quickly, because at 2-1, when the referee starts changing his mind about a goal, I've never seen that ever in any game without VAR, where you go into argue and to say, you know what, yeah, I'll just give you the goal. Complete madness. But let's talk about Amoura. 2 goals. What a finisher. What a finisher. I think the thing is, right, he can't play on the left. And Gouiri, as good as he is down the middle, is better on the left than Amoura. And you see that second half with Gouiri playing it to Amoura. It's got to be Gouiri and Amoura down the middle in the 9 and Mahrez. You see what Gouiri does. And actually, when you see Belali and Ben Rama and Shaibi coming off the bench, there's options there to refresh the squad. So that's a really impressive win. I really don't think we can be complaining too much. To score 3 goals there, it was absolutely roasting hot. The fasting, you've got to say, well done. You know, alhamdulillah for that win. It's a really, really impressive win. We're on 12 points out of a possible 15. We've got 5 games left, and 3 of those are at home, including 1 next week. So we'll see Guinea if they can get the goals up against Somalia. But really impressive. Badawi in the midfield, really, really good. And when Benassa and Awar and Zaruki do come back, I'd still have Badawi starting. But I think it's a really positive day. We got the win. Of course, the home game's going to be much better in fans and good conditions and past the fasting time. So that should be a good game next week. But overall, got the job done. Petkovic showed he can play the fire back, he can play the 4 back, he knows what he's doing. Full respect to Vladimir Petkovic, and a really good win. Gouiri and Amoura, fantastic. They've got to be part of the front 3 if we do make it to this World Cup, starting in that World Cup as well. So a really, really impressive victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As Algeria get the job done. Like I said, no food, no water, no problem. I'll see you next time.